Hello, this is Mr. Miller. You know what it's time for? It's time for video 5, backtracking versus basic moves. Let's get rolling. I want you to take a second and remember what the basic moves for solving equations are. The first two basic moves are this. You can add or subtract a quantity from both sides of an equation. The third and fourth basic moves are multiplication and division. You can multiply or divide by the same quantity on both sides of an equation. Let's do an example. We're going to start using the basic moves to solve an equation. And you should be good at both backtracking and using basic moves. You can do either one. So in our first example, we have the equation 9x minus 47 equals 88. All right, now I'm going to resist the urge to backtrack. I'm going to solve using basic moves. So I can only add or subtract something from both sides or multiply or divide. Those are my tools. So when we're using basic moves to solve an equation, we got to think about getting x by itself. All right, so here we want to get this by itself. So we're going to add 47 to both sides. We want to get rid of the minus 47. So what we do to one side, we do to the other side of the equation. All right, on the left side, negative 47 plus 47 is 0, leaving just 9x. And on the right side, we get 88 plus 47. Using my calculator here, that's 135. Now, we have a simpler equation. So when we're using basic moves, each time the equation should be getting simpler. First one had 3 terms, this one only has 2. So now I have 9 times x equals 135. I'm going to divide both sides by 9 to get just 1x on the left side. So you kind of can still think in terms of backtracking. That helps us tell us what to do. I have 9 times x, so I'm going to divide by 9. All right, on the left side I get 1x equals, and on the other side, if I do 135 divided by 9, this is equal to 15. Now, for some of you, this is old news. This is how you've been solving equations all along. So that's fine. Just relax, enjoy an easy day. And for everyone else, we'll get you used to this method. All right, let's look at some more examples. So remember, the goal is to get x by itself. Here we go. So focus on x. We want to get rid of everything else. So we want to get rid of the 17. So we're going to subtract 17 from both sides. Okay, and I'm left with negative 3x equals 18. Now, I don't want the negative 3 there, so let's divide both sides by negative 3. Whatever you do on the left, you got to do on the right. Negative 3 divided by negative 3 is 1x, or just x. 18 divided by negative 3 is negative 6. So we get the equation that x equals negative 6. I stuck to the basic moves. All right, here, let's try this. Even though x is on the right side this time, let's focus on it. So I don't want the 20, so we're going to subtract 20 from both sides. Okay. So draw the line and we'll get a new equation. 72 minus 20, or 92 minus 20 is 72. On the right side, we have 6x. Okay, got a better equation. So I don't want 6x though, so I'm going to divide it by 6. On the left, 72 divided by 6 is 12. On the right, 6x divided by 6 is just 1x, or x. So I get x equals 12. All right. C is one people don't like to do. They don't like to see that fraction. But think in terms of backtracking. We're dividing by 4 and adding 17, and we get 22. So to go backwards, we're going to have to subtract 17 and multiply it by 4. So, all right, we're going to subtract 17 from the left and from the right. So on the left side, that just gives me x over 4. And on the right side, kind of hard to tell what's on each side, equals 5. Okay, better. We almost have x all by itself. So how do I undo dividing by 4? I'm going to multiply by 4. So if I multiply both sides by 4, on the left, that's like 4 divided by 4, or 4 times 1/4. That's just 1. And on the right side, that's equal to 20. So if I have division, I'm going to multiply, just like backtracking. All right, on our second B here, this should be a D, problem D. Okay, so now we see x on both sides. We're going to start the way we always start. So we usually cancel the smaller one, which is the minus x. So I'm going to add x to both sides. So we were doing a basic move before when we were doing these kind of problems. All right, so this is not new. We have 4x minus 19. On the right side, just 21. You could backtrack now, but I'm going to keep using basic moves. I don't want the minus 19, so I'm going to add 19. And I get 4x equals 40. I don't want 4 times x, I just want x. So I'm going to divide by 4 on both sides, and I get x equals 10. Done. Okay, let's keep going here. So I want to do 3 examples of comparing backtracking to basic moves. Hopefully you see that pretty much you're doing the same thing on both. It's just kind of a different way of thinking about it and writing it. So on backtracking, let's do this the way we did before. We draw a line, and when we're doing backtracking, we're kind of reading the equation. We're starting with x, we're multiplying by 6, adding 92, and we get 44. And then we undo it. 44 minus 92. Okay, need a calculator for this one. So 44 minus 92 equals negative 48. And then I'm going to divide that by 8. I'm sorry, by 6. So let me say that again. We got 44. We're going to subtract 92. We're going to divide it by 6, and we should get what it equals. 44 minus 92 is negative 48. Divided by 6 is negative 8. Okay, so backtracking fans love this. And I don't care if you backtrack in the future, do whatever is comfortable, but you should understand both ways. Now, using basic moves, we're going to solve the very same equation. So we're going to focus on getting x by itself. So I don't want this 92 here, so I'm going to subtract it. Subtract 92 from both sides. It should be 2. There we go. Minus 92. On the left side, we get 6x. And on the right side, negative 48. Now, divide by 6. X equals negative 8. There's really 2 steps. I had to subtract 92, divide by 6. That's why these are called 2-step equations. All right, next. All right, backtracking versus basic moves again. This one has division. So when we're backtracking, let's draw the line and read the equation. It says x divided by 9 plus 4 is supposed to equal 7. So we're going to take it backwards. So we're going to do 7 minus 4 times 9, and we get what x equals. 7 minus 4 is 3, times 9 is 27. Good. That's the answer. That's our solution. Over here on the basic move sides, again, remember it's about getting x by itself. So we need to get rid of the 4. Subtract 4 from the left, subtract 4 from the right. We get x over 9 equals 3. So think, we're dividing by 9, so we're going to multiply by 9 to kind of cancel that. 9 divided by 9 is 1. Or, like I said, you can think of this as 9 times 1/9 x. Either way, it's 1x, or just x. And on the right side, 27. We really did the same thing both times. We subtracted a 4, we multiplied by a 9. So, doesn't really make a difference which one you use. Just be kind of good at both. All right, last slide. Here we go. Backtracking versus basic moves, our third example. These both have parentheses. Whether you're backtracking or using basic moves, you're going to distribute and combine. So 2x, oh, come on, Ben. I wish it stayed on there every time. All right, so 2x plus 8 minus 31 equals 7. And let me see, 8 minus 31 is negative 23. So we have 2x minus 23 equals 7. Now, at this point, you can do basic moves or backtrack. I'll do backtrack. But either way, they start the same in this problem. So we have x, we're multiplying by 2, we're subtracting 23, and it equals 7. So we're going to do 7 plus 23 divided by 2, and you get 15. Okay, over here, same thing. We have to distribute and combine. And now we're in the same spot, but this time basic moves. I don't want the minus 23, so I'm going to add 23 to both sides. I get 2x equals 30, and then divide by 2. So normally there's just 2 steps involved, and we'll pick this up very quickly. Gotta listen to the sheep here. It does take some practice, right? So we'll get used to this. All right, that brings us to today's journal assignment. We have 4 equations here, and I want you to solve them by using basic moves. If you want to solve them by backtracking on the side so you know the answer and that you're getting it right, that's fine. But show your work using basic moves and show me that you know how to do these. All right, see you next time.